today we are going to be talking about sinking funds. So if you guys are interested and want to know exactly what a sinking fund is, we are going to be talking about it today, so make sure to watch the entire video. Okay guys, so welcome back to the channel. If you guys don't know me, my name is Jesse and we do make videos here on budgeting, saving money, and also doing some saving money challenges. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a like, because that does help out the channel a lot. Now, one thing I do want to mention is the video that you guys are going to see today, it's more like a part 2 of the sinking fund video I made maybe like a month or 2 ago, because I'll put it right here in the right hand corner so you guys can go check it out. But the other sinking fund video that I had created was strictly just focusing on trying to purchase a brand new car, which is, that sinking fund is still going. But we as we have been doing this budgeting thing, a lot of you guys have been mentioning that our sinking funds, we are going to be adding more to the list, and that's very true. So what I want to do today, before I actually get into the sinking funds or some of the new items that we have decided to add, I will be talking to you guys and let you guys know what a sinking fund is. Okay, so let's talk about what a sinking fund is. Okay, so a sinking fund is pretty simple. It's essentially just a little savings account that you're putting aside every check that you get, because you know that an expense is coming. That's really what it is. Of course, myself and my wife, I'll use us as an example. We do have a specific savings account that we are putting a big chunk of our money, our take-home pay from our checks. We are saving quite a bit of it, but this is a different savings account. This is going to be strictly just for expenses that you know are coming. So let me just write down, as I mentioned, the prior video that I created, the sinking fund that I had created was just on car. Okay, so the reason I put car was because my wife does need a new car. Her car is basically running on a limb, and we do need to update that at the end of the year. So since we know that big expense is coming, because all of you guys, we all know how expensive car can be, especially when since we're not going to get it brand new, we are going to possibly get it like maybe 2 or 3 years old. We want to make sure that we're saving enough money, because we are trying to pay, well, attempt to pay as much of it as we can with cash. But that is one of our sinking funds that we have in our list. Now, this is very important, because not only do we have that goal at the end of the year, but it's also gonna save us a headache. Because why? Since we already know that that expense is coming, might as well start saving it. So that's when the sinking fund comes in. So it doesn't really matter what type of savings or what type of budgeting style you guys are actually doing. Since myself and my wife, we do use a cash envelope system, it doesn't really matter. But if you guys can implement a sinking fund, this is going to save you a headache, it's going to save you some with stress, and it's also going to save you from pulling out money from your savings account. Because the sinking funds, it's an expense that you're prepping for because you know it's coming. Okay, now some other sinking funds, well, the reason I'm making this video, or the reason it's more of a part 2, is because since I've been doing this budgeting system, cash envelope system, for a few weeks or a few months now, actually, myself and my wife, we've decided that we need to include more. And it's honestly because of you guys, the viewers. You guys have been mentioning you need more sinking funds, you need more sinking funds, which is very true. And honestly, the sinking funds that we are going to be implementing in our list, not only just car, and if I'm not mistaken, right now for the car we are putting away $500 a month, which I believe comes out to be $125 per check, since we do get 4 checks for the entire month. Okay, of course there are certain months we do get an extra check, but I'll explain what I'm gonna do with that extra check once that month comes, which is gonna be May. Okay, so I'll let you guys know that later on. Now, the other sinking fund that we're going to be adding is car. That is very important, and I don't know why I haven't added it. Is car maintenance. Okay, car maintenance is so important. Okay, and the reason it's so important is because, I mean, we all need oil change, right, from our cars, which is roughly every 3 months. We all need tire changes, which is typically every few years or so. It doesn't happen every year, but it's good to be saving for it. We all need new tags, right? And so when it comes to that, I think it's very important. And not only that, but it's also important to save, because just in case if the car breaks down at any point. Okay, so with myself and my wife, I think what we're gonna do is, on a monthly basis, I think it's fair that we are gonna be putting away maybe just $100 a month. Okay, so we are going to be putting $100 a month just for the car maintenance. Since it's the first time that we are going to be actually implementing this in our system, in our list of new basically new expenses, but in this case of course is the sinking fund, we are going to try it out. I don't know if that's too much or too little, but it really depends, okay? Because one thing I do want to mention is the car tax are coming up. So that's why this thing clicked in. I was like, we need to have a car maintenance category, okay? Very, very important. Okay, so I decided to write it out and put the amount we're putting on the monthly basis in red. But just so you guys can see, it a little bit better, all right? So now the other list that the other item that we're gonna add to our sinking funds, or actually it's something that we already have, and most of you guys should know by now, because if you guys do watch our cash envelope videos, I do list it on there, and that is the vacation, okay? So we do have a vacation coming up. I haven't mentioned this, but I'll mention it later on once it's coming up. But actually we did have a little trip that we were gonna do a few weeks ago, and we were gonna go to Seattle. But because of the coronavirus, we decided to cancel it. Luckily, I bought insurance on that and we got all of our money back, okay? But we do have a vacation coming up in May. But again, I'll explain that later on. But let me get another marker. So if you guys have seen those cash envelope videos, if you guys are interested, I'll put it right here in the corner so you guys can go check it out as well. That way you guys can have a better understanding of where all of our money is going. But today, since we're only focusing on the sinking funds, this is what I'm gonna give you. Now, when it comes to vacation, on a monthly basis, we are putting away $125. So the goal actually is, we are trying to have like a big vacation maybe once a year, right? So I think 125 it's a good amount, but I mean, it really depends where we're gonna go. So I think right now, 125 is a good amount, okay? Now, the other thing I do wanna mention here is another category that I would like to add to our sinking funds is Christmas, okay? I know it's at the end of the year, but again, that's why sinking funds are so important. That way you guys can prepare for the end of the year, because as you all know, when it comes to the end of the year and buying Christmas presents can be very, very expensive. But if you already have something, if you have a little savings on the side and you're already prepping, you know exactly how much you're going to be spending at the end of the year, I think that's good to write it down, okay? So what I'm gonna do right now is I just need to make sure how much money we're gonna be putting away. Typically we do spend maybe, I don't know, like $1,000, I should say. So $1,000, we are already in March. So let me see, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, so what we are going to be doing is, when it comes to Christmas, as far as the sinking fund goes, we are going to be putting $25 per check on a separate envelope. And let me just, so 25 times 4, so technically it is going to be around $100, okay, just FYI. Now, the sinking funds that I currently have is purchasing a new car, car maintenance, vacation, and Christmas. Now, one thing I do want to mention on the new car, we do have a money saving challenge that myself and my wife are doing, where we're saving the 1s, the 5s, the 10s, and the 20s. So that amount that we're saving based on that challenge will be going to the car as well, okay? So that's another savings that we are doing. But again, if you're interested in that, I'll put it right on the card on the right hand corner so you guys can go check it out. So as I mentioned, we have the new car, the car maintenance, vacation, we have Christmas, and I think for now, these are the sinking funds that are most important to us. Of course, as the months go by, we might have to add a few more, but I think these are very, very important, right? So again, just so you guys can remember, a sinking fund, all it really is you're saving for an expense that you know is coming, okay? Now, the difference between a sinking fund and an emergency fund, emergencies when emergencies happen out of nowhere. These are not emergencies that you see right here. Why? Because we know they're going to be coming. We're just preparing for the future. Okay, we know they're coming. We know we need a new car. We know that with the cars, there's maintenance that have to be included. We know that we're going to have a vacation coming soon. We know that Christmas is coming at the end of the year. So we want to make sure that we're putting enough money to the side for that, okay? So now what does this mean? So basically, these sinking funds that you guys see right here, these are going to be added to our basically expenses. So if you guys haven't seen our expense, this is basically the sheet that we use to basically budget our money. So if you guys have been watching our videos, you guys should be familiar with this. So what I'm going to be doing, I think to make it a little bit easier for myself and for you guys, so these sinking funds that are going to be added, I think I'm going to add a different category that says sinking funds. That way it's easier to separate it from these monthly expenses, okay? Just to make it easy on myself, that way I know and you guys can know visually how it works. Okay, so today I did try a new type of setup, guys. So I did use this whiteboard. I was trying to do it a little bit differently. And if you guys did like this new setup, let me know in the comment section below. I might start incorporating it in different videos, but for now, this is the video that I decided to use this whiteboard. Okay, I just wanted to make sure you guys were able to see it, because sometimes when I'm writing it down manually, it gets a little hard to see. Okay, so I wanted to make sure you guys were able to see it. Now with that being said, the question that I have for you guys is, let me know what kind of sinking fund you guys currently have in your budget. Now that you guys have seen ours, I'm very interested, because maybe the sinking funds, if you guys can write it down in the comment section below, maybe I can incorporate them as well. But again, let me know in the comment section what sinking funds you guys currently have in the comment section below. Now with that being said, the video doesn't have to end here. I do have a lot of great videos for you guys if you guys want to check them out. I'll put them here on the screen so you guys can go take a quick look. We do upload videos on cash envelopes, we do upload videos on money saving challenges, and a few other videos as well. So if you guys are interested, make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a like, make sure to share it with just one friend. It is my birthday week. All I ask is, let's see if we can reach 2,000 subscribers. We're very close to the 2,000 subscriber mark. Let's see if we can reach it this week. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace out, everyone. Have a good one.